Hi fellow collectors, it's me Felix, and happy Wintervale to everyone. The Feast of Wintervale is back in Azeroth, running from mid-December to early January, and it brings some adorable holiday pets that you can collect and battle with. In this video I will show you all the cute pets you can unwrap this season, how to get them, and their battle stats and abilities. Let's unwrap some holiday magic. Let's start with the pets that you can collect from the Gaily Wrapped Present, which you can open on December 25th under the big Wintervale tree in Ironforge for Alliance and Ogrimmar for Horde. Under the big Wintervale tree, you will see presents that offer you a quest, a Gaily Wrapped Present, and upon completion, it rewards you the Gaily Wrapped Present. Your presents can contain the Snowman kit, giving you a tiny snowman pet, Jingling Bell giving you the Winter Reindeer pet, Green Helper Box giving you the Father Winter's Helper pet, and the Red Helper Box giving you Winter Little Helper. These pets have been present in the game since Classic and they're all cageable, so you can also trade them or sell them on the auction house. Let's start with the Father Winter's Helper and Winter's Little Helper. The description of the Father Winter's Helper reads: these off-season allies work tirelessly to prepare for the Feast of Wintervale and would appreciate not being disturbed the rest of the year. And for the Winter's Little Helper, during the majestic Wintervale celebration, these faithful companions spread joy throughout the land. The rest of the year, they are busy. They are both humanoid pets, so they recover 4% of their maximum health if they dealt damage this round. They take 50% increased strike from undead abilities and 33% decreased strike from critter abilities. Fun fact, during the Feast of Wintervale, this companion will summon and ride their very own miniature reindeer when players mount up on a ground mount, and every time you summon this pet outside of Wintervale, they will complain and then desummon themselves. Let's go over their stats and abilities. They are both balanced breeds, and they both have the same stats of 1481 health, 276 power, and 276 speed. Their abilities are Snowball, it's a 100% hit chance, hits the enemy with a ball of snow dealing 296 elemental damage. Ice Lunge, 100% hit chance, splashes the enemy with freezing damage dealing 222 elemental damage. Deals 148 additional damage if the target is chilled. Cold Blizzard, 3 round cooldown, 100% hit chance, deals 399 elemental damage and causes a blizzard for 9 rounds. During a blizzard, all pets are considered chilled, and elemental abilities deal 25% additional damage. Eggnog, a 2 round cooldown, removes all buffs and debuffs from the user. Eggnog is a unique attack to these 2 pets only in the entire game. Ice Tomb, 5 round cooldown, 100% hit chance, launches an orb of freezing energy at the target. After 2 rounds, the ice hits, causing the current enemy pet to take 444 elemental damage and be stunned for 1 round. And Gift of Wintervale, 5 round cooldown, 100% hit chance, deals 592 magic damage to the enemy. While their stats are slightly underwhelming, they have very powerful abilities. The real power comes from the synergy between Cold Blizzard, Ice Lunge, and Ice Tomb. When you cast Cold Blizzard, you not only deal solid elemental damage, but you also create the Blizzard Weather effect, which counts all pets as chilled and boosts elemental damage by 25%. This sets up Ice Lance perfectly since it deals bonus damage against chilled targets. Combine it with Ice Tomb, which hits hard and stuns after 3 rounds, and you've got a really strong chain of damage and control. The only downside is that if your opponent changes the weather, that synergy can fall apart and Ice Tomb takes a few rounds to land. But if you can keep Blizzard up, especially against mechanical pets who take extra damage from elemental attacks, it's a devastating combo. And if you'd rather go for something simpler and more reliable, you can swap in Gift of Wintervale for quick burst damage. It hits hard on a short cooldown and doesn't depend on weather effects. Tiny Snowman. Its description reads, he loves to dance and wave and play with you. He melts after Wintervale, but don't worry, he'll be back again someday. It's an elemental pet, so it ignores all negative weather effects. Enemy pets can still gain the beneficial effects from the weather when facing an elemental though. They take 50% increased strike from aquatic abilities and 33% decreased strike from mechanical abilities. Fun fact, if you emote wave while targeting the tiny snowman, it will wave back. Emote dance and it will dance with you. And emote kiss and its head will flip in surprise. During the Feast of Winterveil, this companion will be significantly larger and will not topple over a few moments after being summoned. When it isn't Winterveil, he falls apart within 20 seconds. It has the same breed and stats as the Father Winter and Winter's Little Helpers. Its abilities are Snowball, as discussed prior, Magic Head, 100% hit chance, throws his head at the enemy dealing 296 magic damage, Cold Blizzard as discussed prior, Frost Nova, 3-round cooldown, 100% hit chance, deals 296 elemental damage and prevents the target from fleeing for 2 rounds. While rooted, the target is chilled. Howling Blast, 3-round cooldown, 100% hit chance, deals 370 elemental damage to the enemy, deals 74 additional damage to the enemy team if the target is chilled. And Deep Freeze, it's a 4-round cooldown, 100% hit chance, deals 296 to 444 elemental damage and has a 25% chance to stun the target for 1 round. The chance to stun becomes 100% if the target is chilled. Just like the previous pets, the stats might not blow you away, but the abilities are excellent. The strength lies again in how well Cold Blizzard ties everything together. By keeping the blizzard weather active, you're boosting all of your elemental attacks, and that makes abilities like Snowball, Howling Blast or Deep Freeze hit much harder. Between those, Deep Freeze is especially powerful. Once the target is chilled from Blizzard, that stun becomes guaranteed, giving you both strong damage and great control in battle. Howling Blast, on the other hand, is perfect for spreading pressure across the enemy team, dealing extra damage to all opponent pets if your target is chilled. So whether you prefer heavy hitting single target stun playstyle or the team-wide damage approach, this kit really shines when you keep that Blizzard effect rolling. Then the Winter Reindeer. Its description reads, "Would rather not spend any more time inside a wrapped holiday gift box." It is a critter pet, so it is immune to stun, root and sleep effects. During the Winterveil holiday event, its appearance is very festive with Winterveil decorations. After Winterveil, it will appear as a regular reindeer without the decorations. They take 50% increased strike from beast abilities and 33% decreased strike from elemental abilities. It has the same breed and stats as the Tiny Snowman and the previous Winter Little Helpers. Its abilities are Hoof, 100% hit chance, stomps the enemy dealing 248 to 372 critter damage. Stampede, 3-round ability, 100% hit chance, starts a stampede causing 133 critter damage on the first round, 222 critter on the second round, and 310 critter on the third round. Opponents struck by the Stampede take 50% increased damage for 2 rounds, and Stampede continues for 3 rounds. Tranquility fills the area with peace, causing your active pet to restore 148 health every round. Lasts 2 rounds and persists through pet swaps. Nature's Ward restores 118 health every round for 5 rounds, while healing your type is transformed into elemental. Bleed, 4-round cooldown, sings an inspiring song which restores 222 health to all allies, and Headbutt, 4-round cooldown, 100% hit chance, deals 444 beast damage and has a 25% chance to stun the target. The Winter Reindeer may not dazzle with raw offensive stats, but what it does bring is a really potent healing and support toolkit. Tranquility and Bleed allow it to restore health not only for itself but for your whole team, meaning it works beautifully in a heal-heavy lineup. On top of that, Nature's Ward turns it into an elemental while healing over multiple rounds, creating a nice hybrid of sustain and resistance. If combined with 1 or 2 other pets that bring strong healing, or pets that protect and absorb damage, you've got the foundation of a near unkillable team. Your opponents will struggle to wear you down when you're constantly topping up health and resisting bursts. If you're building a pet battle team where longevity matters, for example endurance rounds, the Winter Reindeer shines as your anchor support. Next up, we have several more pets that are obtainable from the Stolen Present. This present is a reward for completing the Wintervale daily quest, your Amin one, where you have to recover stolen treats and free Mitzy the reindeer after defeating the abominable Grunch in Hillspread Foothills. The stolen present can drop the following items, which learn their respective battle pets: Clockwork Rocketbot, Blue Clockwork Rocketbot, Lump of Coal for Lumpy, Rotten Helper Box for the Rotten Little Helper, Shaking Pets Carrier for Jingles, Grunch for Grunch, and Portentous Present for Portentous Present. All of these pets are cageable, with the exception of Jingles and Portentous Present. Let's start with the 2 Clockwork robots, the Blue Clockwork Robot and the Clockwork Rocketbot. As of patch 4.1, the Blue Clockwork Robot can also be purchased from Craggle Wobbletop in Stormwood City and Black's Bottle Rock in Ogrimmar, and Clockwork Assistant Geppetto's Companion in Legion Dalaran. Fun fact, the Clockwork Robots fight other Clockwork Robots to death, and they are destroyed by Little XT and Landros Little XT. The Clockwork Rocketbot's description reads, "This mechanical warrior is a favorite gift during Wintervale. Batteries not included, but rockets definitely are." And the Blue Clockwork Robots, Geppetto stopped selling toy this season. The bot's new blue chassis has children across Azeroth scrambling for their feisty battlebot. They are both from the Mechanical Pet family, so they enjoy the Mechanical Family passive modifier, come back to life once per battle, returning to 20% health. They take 50% increased strike from elemental abilities and 33% decreased strike from magic abilities. The Clockwork Rocketbot has a balance breed only, and the Blue Clockwork Robot has a balance breed in addition to a speed and a power speed. Stats vary depending on the breed. The Clockwork Rocketbot has 1562 health, 260 power, and 276 speed. And for the Blue Clockwork Robot, a speed breed has 1400 health, 260 power, and 325 speed. The power speed breed has 1400 health, 289 power, and 289 speed. The balance breed has 1481 health, 276 power, and 276 speed. They have an identical ability set. Missile is a 100% hit chance, launches a rocket at the target, dealing 235 to 352 mechanical damage. Batter smacks the enemy 1 to 2 times, dealing 140 mechanical damage per smack. Hits an additional time if the user attacks first. Toxic Smoke, 100% hit chance, covers the enemy team in toxic smoke, dealing 224 mechanical damage instantly and 70 mechanical damage every round for 2 rounds. Persistent through pet swaps. Minefield, 5 round cooldown, 100% hit chance, lays down a field of mines behind the opponent. The next pet to swap into battle will receive 560 mechanical damage. Sticky Grenade, 100% hit chance, throws a sticky grenade at the target. After 3 rounds, the grenade detonates, dealing 462 mechanical damage. An enemy pet can only be affected by 1 sticky grenade at a time. Launch Rocket, 100% hit chance, first use creates a rocket, second use launches the rocket, dealing 630 mechanical damage. When it comes to the Clockwork Rocketbot, its only available breed is Balance, which makes it more of a collector's item than a strong battler. It's great for completionists, but in terms of performance it falls a bit short. The Blue Clockwork Robot, on the other hand, offers more variety with a speed and power speed breed. The speed version is particularly useful because if your pet is faster, the better ability will hit an extra time, and that extra hit can really make a difference. It also pairs nicely with Launch Rocket and Minefield for some solid burst potential. Having your rocket primed and a minefield setup means the next enemy pet can walk right into some serious damage, especially effective against beast type pets. Next we have Lumpy. Its description reads, "A stowaway from Great Father Winter's workshop, this tiny elemental found himself trapped in a present that was stolen by the abominable Grunch. It's an elemental pet, meaning it ignores all negative weather effects. They take 50% increased strike from aquatic abilities and 33% decreased strike from mechanical abilities. It has one breed, a health balance breed. Its stats are a high health of 1546, 273 power, and 273 speed. Its abilities are Stone Shot, 100% hit chance, hurls a stone dealing 293 elemental damage. Stone Rush, 1 round cooldown, 100% hit chance, slams into the enemy dealing 512 elemental damage and dealing 219 elemental damage to themselves. Sandstorm, 5 round cooldown, 100% hit chance, deals 659 flying damage and turns the weather into a sandstorm for 5 rounds. During a sandstorm, all pets take 73 less damage and their accuracy is reduced by 10%. Rupture has a 4 round cooldown, 100% hit chance, stone spikes erupt from the ground, dealing 439 elemental damage and has a 25% chance to stun the target. Rock Barrage, 2 round cooldown, 50% hit chance, hurls rocks at the enemy dealing up to 468 elemental damage. Rocks continue to fall on the enemy's current pets, dealing 87 elemental damage each round for 3 rounds. Quake, 3 round ability, 2 round cooldown, 100% hit chance, pound the ground, dealing 175 mechanical damage to the enemy and half the damage to their backline pets. Quake continues and increases in damage for 3 rounds and can affect enemies underground. Lumpy is not the highest power burst pet, but if you're building a team around weather control, sustained damage over rounds, or disrupting enemies' accuracy, he's a solid pick. Use him as a mid-round disruptor rather than an opener for pure damage. Both Rock Barrage and Quake are useful to remove decoys and shield from opponent pets. All in all, a very good elemental pet, but beware, only one move, Stone Shot, does not have a cooldown, so be careful in what order you play your moves so you don't get cooldown locked. Lumpy can be useful for some sneaky swapping. You can start the fight with another pet that uses a big opening ability, then swap out that pet for Lumpy and drop Sandstorm right after. Sure, Lumpy will probably take a hit during the swap, but thanks to its high health pool he can handle it. The trade-off is usually worth it. Sandstorm deals big damage and also changes the weather to reduce incoming damage for several rounds. Because of the swap, it will take a hit from an opponent pet, but its high health could compensate this and you gain some damage dealt by the powerful weather abilities. Next up we have the Rotten Little Helper. Its description reads, fed up with long hours, low pay, and entitled adventurers whining about substandard winter veil gifts, these nasty little creatures fled their magical workshops to join with the abominable Grunch. It's a humanoid pet, so it recovers 4% of its maximum health if it dealt damage this round. They take 50% increased strike from undead abilities and 33% decreased strike from critter abilities. Fun fact, during the Feast of the Winterfield, this companion will summon and ride their own miniature reindeer. When players mount up on the ground mount, much like the other helper pets, he despawns quickly after you summon him if it isn't Winterveil. Rotten Little Helper's sound on click is the same as the annoyed statements that male gnomes NPCs make if you repeatedly click on them. He's a rude little helper, but a very powerful one. It has one breed, a power breed. Its stats are 1350 in health, a high power of 333, and 260 speed. Its abilities are Club, 100% hit chance, bashes the enemy dealing 353 humanoid damage. Ice Lange, as we saw previously with the other helper pets. Booby-trapped presents, 5 round cooldown, 100% hit chance, lays down a ring of booby-trapped presents around the opponent. The next pet to swap into battle will receive 706 mechanical damage. Booby-trapped presents is only used by 5 pets in the entire game, 4 of which are Winterveil pets, which we will see later, and the other being knockoff Blingtron. Ice Tomb, as we also discussed prior. Grunch's Gift, 5 round cooldown, 100% hit chance, deals 706 mechanical damage to the enemy. This ability is unique to the Rotten Little Helper and one other pet named Grunch, which we will see later. It's kind of a mechanical counterpart of the Gift of Winterveil, which we saw earlier, and Skull Blizzard, which we also saw earlier with the helpers. The Power breed makes this a very strong hitter. It has the Lay a Trap move Booby Trap Presence, which does high mechanical damage to the next pet gets swapped in, which does high mechanical damage to the next pet that gets swapped in. Then there's Grunch's Gift, another big hit, especially against beast pets who take 50% increased strike from mechanical attacks, so this can obliterate a beast in a heartbeat. It can also be strong against mechanicals by using Cold Blizzard. You deal big damage and make the pets chilled, making elemental abilities deal more damage. This will make your Ice Lance and Ice Tomb hit much harder, plus the potential stun from Ice Tomb offering control. It might be slightly delicate with just below 1400 health and no defensive moves, but it does have the humanoid passive modifier. Next we have Jingles, one of the all-time S tier pets in the entire game. Fun fact, when targeting Jingles and emoting sit, it will cause Jingles to also sit down. Such a good boy. Its description reads, "These dazzling hatchlings have a distinctive coat color that has been highly sought after by leather workers for generations." Jingles is a beast pet, so it deals 25 extra damage below half health. It takes 50% increased strike from mechanical abilities and 33% decreased strike from humanoid abilities. Jingles is one of the only pets in this list that is not cageable, and you can only collect one of instead of 3. I wish Blizzard would change this because all I want for Christmas is more Jingles. Jingles comes in 2 variations, one with and one without festive Christmas decorations, a Christmas wreath around its neck and a candy cane in its paw. It only has one breed, a speed breed. Its stats are 13, 19 health, 256 power, and a very high speed of 345. Its abilities are Pounce, 100% hit chance, pounces the enemy dealing 234 beast damage, plus 110 beast damage if the user strikes first. Huge Fang, 1 round cooldown, 100% hit chance, deals 276 beast damage. Damage increases by 69 each time it hits, maximum 552 beast damage. Feathered Frenzy, 3 rounds cooldown, attacks wildly, dealing 241 to 448 flying damage and entering a frenzy for 1 round. While frenzied, damage dealt is increased by 50% and the user takes damage as if they were a flying pet. Portentous Present, which we saw with the Rotten Little Helper. Feed, 4 round cooldown, 100% hit chance, deals 276 beast damage. The user is healed for 100% of the damage dealt. And Gift of Wintervale, which we also saw earlier. Jingles is definitely an S tier pet for multiple reasons. It has very high speed, so it will likely use its ability first. Despite its low power stat, it still hits very hard thanks to its Portentous Present and Gift of Wintervale, which are very powerful abilities. One of its best tricks is using Portentous Present right before swapping out. This forces your opponent into a tough decision: stay in and risk damage, or swap and eat a huge mechanical hit from the trap. On top of that, it also has the beast passive modifier of 25% increased damage below half health. This is one of the best passive modifiers in my opinion, so even if he takes a few hits, he can come back swinging harder than ever. And paired with his high speed, can often guarantee being able to finish off the opponent one by one, like a true tiny predator. Also, the Huge Fang and also Vicious Fang for other pets are currently still bugged, making them deal their total maximum ramped damage of 552 upon the first use when it is poisoned. This can be exploited by using a toxic fumes or a poison control. It's no surprise that Jingles ended up being banned in the International Pet PvP tournament from the Pet Masters League. Next we have Grunch. He was introduced in 2024. Its description reads, "It's best not to ask Grunch how it acquired all these gifts, because you know, it's not because he's nice." Grunch is a beast pet, so it deals 25% extra damage below half health. It takes 50% increased strike from mechanical abilities and 33% decreased strike from humanoid abilities. Fun fact, Grunch randomly throws a snowball at a player when it is summoned. It has one breed, a balanced breed. Its stats are 1319 health, 292 power, and 292 speed. Its abilities are Snowball, which we already saw, Punish, 100% hit chance, launches the enemy with a flail, dealing 262 to 393 humanoid damage. Cute Phase, increases your chance to dodge an attack by 25%, lasts 4 rounds. Portentous Present, which we saw earlier, and Gift of Wintervale, and Grunch's Gift, which we also saw earlier. While its balance breed is slightly underwhelming, it still has okay power of 292 at the cost of lower health. Grunch definitely has very powerful abilities like Portentous Present, Gift of Wintervale, and Grunch's Gift. It can follow a similar swapping strategy as with Jingles, He's definitely not as fast as Jingles, but it can definitely be useful if used tactically. And then we have the Portentous Present. It was collected from the Wintervale gift, as it was only introduced last year. This item appeared under the Wintervale tree in Ironforge and in Ogrimmar, so this year probably it will be collected as well from the Stolen Presents, as we probably will get something new from the Wintervale gift. Fun fact, it eats critters. If you have your Pepe in your garrison, he will eat him. He does a death grip with his tongue and eats him. The present will eat random critters too. He's a little criminal. Its description reads, previous owners of the crate have reported the disappearance of other pets from their collection. It is also not cageable. It's a magic type pet, so it cannot be dealt more than 35% of their maximum health in one attack. It takes 50% increased strike from Dragonkin abilities and 33% decreased strike from aquatic abilities. It's available as a health speed breed. Its stats are 1546 health, 260 power, and 289 speed. Its abilities are Tongue Lash, 100% hit chance, licks the enemy 1 to 2 times, dealing 140 critter damage per hit, hits additional time if the user attacks first. So, Tongue Lash is kind of like the critter counterpart of the mechanical ability Better, which we saw earlier with their rocket bots. Creepy Chomp, 100% hit chance, jumps on the enemy, dealing 280 undead damage. Inner Vision, 1 round cooldown, increases damage by 100% for 1 round. Booby Trap Presence, which we saw earlier. Gift of Wintervale, which we also saw earlier. And Return to Sender, 5 round cooldown, 100% hit chance, deals 280 magic damage and forces an opponent's pet to swap into battle. It's not the fastest or the highest burst pet, but it is useful for staying powered, punishing switches, and grinding down the opponent over time. Because opponents can't drop it in one shot, you force them into longer exchanges. Its swap punish potential from Booby Trap Presence means you can force an enemy to choose either leave a pet in and take heavy damage, or swap and take the trap hit. Its family passive modifier paired with its high health can make it a very resilient pet and a tough one to get down. Now we have 2 more pets that are collected from different sources. Firstly, there is Grumpling. Grumpling is a possible drop from a snowmound in the area around Grumpus in Frostfire Ridge during the Wintervale event only. It is cageable. Its description reads, Grumplings are created when the tears of a kidnapped child fell upon a mound of new snow. It's a humanoid pet, so it recovers 4% of its maximum health if it dealt damage this round. It takes 50% increased strike from mechanical abilities and 33% decreased strike from humanoid abilities. It has 3 available breeds, a power breed, a power speed breed, and a power balance breed. The power breed has 1441 health, 341 power, and 236 speed. The power speed breed has 1441 health, 305 power, and 265 speed. And the power balance breed has 1506 health, 305 power, and 249 speed. Its abilities are Punish, which we saw earlier, Snowball, which we also saw earlier, Mangle, 100% hit chance, adds 48 damage to every attack against the target and lasts 10 rounds. Frostshock, 100% hit chance, chills the target, dealing 162 elemental damage and reducing their speed by 25% for 2 rounds. And then there's Gift of Wintervale and Deep Freeze, which we saw earlier. Grumpling can be a tricky opponent to face. With Frostshock, you can not only reduce the opponent's speed by 25%, making sure you get to be the first to attack in the next rounds, but you also chill them, making the Snowball and Deep Freeze hit 25% harder, while also making the chance to stun 100%. A power or power speed Grumpling is a devastating opponent for any mechanical pets who take 50% increased strike from elemental abilities. Against critters and aquatics, who take 33% and 50% decreased strike from elemental damage respectively, you could choose for Punish and Gift of Wintervale, which are also very hard-hitting abilities. And lastly, we have the Globe Yeti. The Globe Yeti is a wild pet that spawns 1 at a time inside the giant snow globe in Ironforge and Ogrimmar during the Feast of Wintervale. You'll have to capture it via a pet battle. The Globe Yeti runs very quickly and can be tricky to engage into battle. The respawn timer is roughly 30 minutes. Also, the Globe Yeti will be level 1 to 3. In order to capture him, you'll want to have a pet with Weakening Blow or Super Bark on your team, which cannot reduce the opponent's health below 1. Pets with Weakening Blow include Lil Doomy, Lil Gus, Sergeant Quackers, Snowball Drunt, Stemmins, and Terrible Turnip. Pets with Super Bark include, but are not limited to, the Corgi pets like the Corgi Pup, Cornelius, and Molten Corgi, but there are more pets who also have this ability. Or you can use any level 1 or lower level pet to slowly get the Globe Yeti below 35% health, so you can throw a cage in order to capture it. It is not cageable as it is a wild battle pet. Its description reads, "Who makes them? How do they get here? No one knows, except maybe Great Father Winter." It's a humanoid pet, so it recovers 4% of its maximum health if it dealt damage this round. It takes 50% increased strike from undead abilities and 33% decreased strike from critter abilities. It's available in one breed, a power balanced breed. Its stats are 1506 health, 297 power, and 257 speed. Its abilities are Snowball, which we saw earlier, Rampage, a 3-round ability, 3-round cooldown, 100% hit chance, goes on a rampage, dealing 396 beast damage. Rampage continues for 3 rounds. Roar, 100% hit chance, a fierce roar deals 158 beast damage and enrages their user, increasing the damage they deal by 25% for 3 rounds. Haymaker, 3-round cooldown, 50% hit chance, unleashes a vicious swing which deals 792 humanoid damage. If the ability misses, the user is stunned for 1 round. Gift of Wintervale, which we saw earlier, and Bash, 5-round cooldown, 100% hit chance, stun the target for 1 round. It's certainly not a top tier pet, but it has some powerful abilities. With Roar you can increase your damage dealt by making the already powerful Gift of Wintervale hit even harder. With Roar you can increase your damage dealt, making the already powerful Gift of Wintervale hit even harder. Against critters, which take 50% increased strike from beast damage, Rampage could be very strong. It's a shame that Bash and Gift of Wintervale can't be combined, because with a stun in its moveset, it could be a very good combo. Haymaker can be very strong, but it comes at a significant cost if missed, so it is up to you if you want to take the high risk, high reward road. I also want to mention the Wintervale related pet Mitzy. Mitzy was a pet that could be bought for 600 traders standard from the trading post in December 2023, and it returned to the trading post in 2024. It's a baby druid-esque reindeer with a glowing red nose, clearly referencing the iconic Rudolph. Its model is similar to that of the other Dragonflight reindeer pets, Dreamhoof, Ivy, Juniper, Leehard, and Spruce, but the red nose is unique to Mitzy only. Mitzy is unique as she will fly alongside your flying mount in the cutest way with a snowy effect under her feet. She is not cageable as with all of the trading post pets, so she cannot be traded or sold on the auction house. Her description reads, when she grows up, Mitzy wants to guide Great Father Winter's sleigh just like Metzen, her famous dad. Until then, she's more than happy to come with you on your adventures. Mitzy is a critter type pet, meaning she is immune to stun, root, and sleep effects, and she takes 50% increased strike from beast type abilities and 33% decreased strike from elemental type abilities. She's a power breed with 1319 health, very high power of 349, and lower speed of 252. Her abilities are Snowball as discussed prior, Stampede as discussed with the Winter Reindeer, Ice Barrier, 5-round cooldown, creates an ice wall that blocks 2 attacks, allied and enemy attacks both count. Ice Barrier is unique to 5 other pets, namely Driftling, Mr. Bigglesworth, Snowy Panda, Winter Rageling, and Winter Leaf Spriggan. It's similar to Wheeled Wall and the elemental type counterpart of the magic type Illusionary Barrier, Jade Barrier, and Prismatic Barrier. Wild Magic, 100% hit chance, adds 92 damage to every attack against the target, lasts 5 rounds. Wild Magic is the magic type counterpart of the beast type Exposed Wounds. And then there's Headbutt as discussed prior, and Call Blizzard also as discussed prior. Mitzy clearly has a more Winterfell flavored ability pool compared to her sibling the Winter Reindeer, and an ability pool more focused on dealing damage to your opponent. Mitzy is a versatile critter pet with a mix of damage types, utility, and defense that lets her adapt to different situations. Her Snowball provides reliable elemental damage and synergizes well with the powerful Call Blizzard for increased damage. Depending on which opponent you're facing, you could opt for Wild Magic for additional increased damage on your opponent, or a defensive against bursty opponents with Ice Barrier. For PvP, keep in mind that Wild Magic is easily countered by swapping out pets, and Ice Barrier can be countered with multi-hit abilities such as Stampede, Flock, or Hunting Party, just to name a few. It can also be removed entirely by object purging abilities such as Magma Wave, Tidal Wave, Cleanup, Sniff Out, Sticky Search, and Grave Destruction. Overall, Mitzy excels in extended battles where she can leverage her buff and weather effects, and her defensive option makes her a surprisingly durable choice for a critter pet. The Amazing Dragons After Dark made an excellent video about Mitzy, so please check it out if you're interested. The link will be added in the description. And last but not least, this year we're getting a new pet called the Tiny Snow Buddy. You receive this pet from the Winterfell gift under the big Winterfell tree in Ironforge for Alliance or Orgrimmar for Horde. The Tiny Snow Buddy appears at first sight just an upgraded model to the Tiny Snowman we saw earlier, but just a more polished version, if you will. It's a snowman made of 3 snowballs, and the snow of the body seems more refined and the arm seems more detailed, resembling wood. The difference in graphics of the scarf and the head are also very obvious, and the new Tiny Snow Buddy does not have snow in its scarf and his nose, but rather a pile of snow on the side of its head. Tiny Snow Buddy sadly does not have the same emote interactivity as Tiny Snowman does. His description reads, "So much holiday spirit inside an itty bitty amount of snow, it only makes sense to share it with the world." Like the Tiny Snowman, it's an elemental pet, which means it ignores all negative weather effects. Enemy pets can still gain the beneficial effects from weather when facing an elemental. It takes 50% increased strike from aquatic abilities and 33% decreased strike from mechanical abilities. The Tiny Snow Buddy is not cageable, and you can only collect one. It is a power breed as opposed to the Tiny Snowman's balance breed. It has 1400 health, 325 power, and 260 speed. His ability pool is identical to the Tiny Snowman, consisting of Snowball, Magic Hat, Call Blizzard, Frost Nova, Howling Blast, and Deep Freeze. Unlike the Tiny Snowman, the Tiny Snow Buddy gets a little edge with his high power of 325. I think this could be a really strong pet to have in your team thanks to its power breed and excellent ability combos. Keeping Call Blizzard active to boost your other elemental damage and guarantee a stun from Deep Freeze, or damage on backline pets with Howling Blast. I would say that for PvP, your moves will be likely very predictable to your opponent, which could be a weakness. An easy way to counter this pet would be to change the weather or burst it down very quickly. And that's a wrap on all the Winterfell event pets in World of Warcraft. Whether you're hunting for the cutest companions or the most battle ready, there's something for everyone this festive season. I hope you found this guide helpful and that you can collect all of the pets that you want to. And happy Winterfell to everyone! May your pets be cute and your RNG be ever in your favor. Bye guys!